is Teresa Ewers with New Mexico Entertainment Magazine, and we are here with the cast of Shrek the Musical. Okay! We are very excited for you to be Shrek the Musical here to Albuquerque. I have to ask, being that you are bringing it during a time where it's being bombarded with holiday musicals, dance, everything Christmas, 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 what was your choice to do Shrek?
Well, about a year ago, roughly about a year and a half ago, there was an open call for directors, and the board, there's a board that governs the body of MTS. They had decided the season previously, and so I put my hat in the ring, so to speak, with the vision. And I think the big thing that sets us apart, especially at this time of year, there are a lot of Christmas opportunities. There's White Christmas, and there's just different Christmas Carol takes and Nutcracker and so forth. This is across the board for anyone that likes to have a good time. It's family friendly. You got little ones at home. Bring them on down. And Christmas isn't your thing. Most people are into family, at least. Mm-hmm.
So this is going off of the Broadway musical, written by.
Sure, I'll let
David Lindsay-Bear.
Yes.
He wrote the book, and Janine O'Neill did the music for it. She's also known for Thoroughly Modern Millie, and her musical Violet just finished up on Broadway also.
So what should we expect in this show? What is the audience looking forward to?
The audience is laughing. You're gonna laugh.
So much nonsense.
You're gonna laugh, and here's what I've been surprised at in rehearsals. You're gonna cry. You are. You're
Absolutely.
going to cry, because this show is got a beautiful message about being comfortable with yourself and realizing how much potential and just what a wonderful person you can be yourself, and that you've been that way all along, whether you realize it or not. And so it acknowledges the human spirit and people's own wonderful individual worth in such a beautiful way. And it's funny at times, but it's also really poignant. And I'm getting teary right now talking about it, because there's some big songs that really talk about big themes that kind of just hit you really deep and unexpectedly. But with these guys right here, they all have really funny moments too.
Yeah. And I think it's really the vulnerability that comes with the truth of those moments. There's this great big ballad towards the end of Act 1 about, who would I be, and Shrek has the opportunity to sing it, and it's this beautiful song, but it reaches all of us. Who did you want to be as a little kid? Who do you want to be now? Are you doing what you wanted to do? And, where are you going with that? And kind of that sort of thing. So it's universal truths, but it's the DreamWorks film come to life with live actors on stage based on the Broadway musicals, as I said before. But so there's a lot of comedy, as you can see, and we have a good time. But there's also the universal truth that speaks to everybody.
Well, I mean, it's a challenge. I mean, that series, the franchise, did extremely well. So, Bryan, what is it like playing Shrek?
Humbling. I had it in my mind for a few months when I first heard that they were going to do it, that I really wanted to audition for it. And it wasn't until after I got cast that I realized that this is kind of a big thing, and Shrek is such a known character, and it just kind of hit me that you really have to have an understanding of who this person is. You have to really dig deep just to make it, because he's so widely known, you just really have to go there with it. It's kind of nerve-wracking, actually, but it's been a lot of fun. I mean, I've had such a blast working with these two, myself. But it's definitely been a humbling experience, because it's a big thing, for sure.
And Janine, you get to play the love interest. Yeah. You are Miss Fiona.
I am.
How has that experience been for you?
I love it. It's a dream come true, actually. It's every once in a while, it's kind of funny. I have to remind myself, I'm like, oh, I actually get to be a princess. Like, I'm a princess. This is so cool. But, yeah, it was the same thing that Bryan was saying. It was sort of like, I had it in my mindset. I wanted to do it. Never dreamed of actually getting the princess, but was really just thrilled and excited. And it's a love interest role. I usually play like silly blondes, so like, yeah, step up. Exactly.
And Hasani, you actually play my favorite character. I love Shrek. Don't get me wrong, Fiona's great. I'm sorry, Donkey. Oh my gosh, love that character. So,
Yes.
what was it like, given the role?
I think I had been following the announcement for almost a year. And I think MTS, they knew me by just hearing my voice on the phone. I don't want to miss the audition. I don't want to miss the audition. And I just stayed on top of it and stayed on top of it. And I was just so anxious to audition for Donkey. And when I was offered the role, it was the day after my birthday. I was like, what a wonderful gift this is. And after being in The Wiz and finding my courage in that play, becoming a principal is a very huge step. I'm honored by it. And one thing that I'm looking forward to is building a relationship with me and the dragon.
Yeah. That's gonna be cool. And as you mentioned, yes, I remember you from performing in The Wiz, amazing show. What is your background with working in Albuquerque with musical theater?
Oh, you first.
Let's see. So I started, my very first show was with the Albuquerque Little Theater, and it was Shakespeare in Hollywood.
And I played this kind of goofy, dopey, anxious little clerk who was like an assistant to one of the Warner brothers. And that was interesting. They threw me in the pit at one point. I was definitely the one who kissed all the girls in that show, so it was interesting. It was terrifying, actually.
And then after that, I've done a whole slew of things. The last 3 shows I was in Spring Awakening back in 2012.
Yep.
God. And then right after that, I took a little break. I moved back to Los Angeles.
And when I moved back here, I was in Hello Dolly as Ambrose. And the last show that I did was 1.5 years ago, and that was Carousel, and I played Jigger, which was a lot of fun because it was my very first bad guy role. And I got to be a jerk, and it was wonderful.
So, as opposed to the, when I first started, which was this cute little cuddly, ingenue-y kind of goofball.
So with every role, you just advance to the next one, and the next one.
Yeah,
So.
so...
And how about you?
Actually, it was funny. You made me think of that. I kind of started in musicals as the opposite, as kind of like the creepy little weirdo. But it's ironic, actually. I mean, I've been doing theater religiously since high school. That's how I got through high school. I was in drama and did all that stuff. But I did my first community show with Soul Arts when I was 18, and I did only straight plays. I was a serious dramatic actor. I went to school and studied to just do straight plays. I didn't think I could sing. I could dance, a little bit, but I was really kind of just focused in that, and it was kind of happened upon by accident. I auditioned for this play called The Hat Pin that the Adobe did back in 2011, and I ended up getting the supporting a pretty big part, and it was a musical, an Australian musical, but the character that I got only had 2 songs, and they said, it's not supposed to be very good. They said, but your voice is beautiful. I was like, oh, okay, I had no idea. So it was mostly an acting part, but I kind of got into it, and my confidence grew, and I started to audition for more musicals. So I actually performed up in Santa Fe. I did Xanadu. And I am back here in Albuquerque with MTS is kind of like my musical theater home, and my theater home I was lucky enough to play Rusty in Footloose back in 2012. That was huge. That was one of the first big roles I ever had. And then a year ago I got to play Gladys in The Pajama Game here with MTS, with Warren actually. So it's been kind of like a surprising journey the whole way. I came from really just being absolutely terrified of singing in front of people, in front of my mother had never heard me sing until she came to see the show, and she was like, I didn't know you could do that. So it's been a really cool journey, and I can't even believe that I made it here.
And Sonny, what other works have you done?
Earlier this summer, I was in 3 20-minute musicals produced by the Spiritual Living Center of Albuquerque. And that one was very interesting. I played 3 different characters. They were satire plays, and I played Cha-Cha in Greece. I played one of the 20
I'm sorry, we have to, I'm sorry.
He has a picture.
I didn't see that picture, but you played Cha-Cha in Greece.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
The best dancer at St. Bernardine.
Oh my goodness.
And then I played one of the 20 Bomb Trop children in The Sound of Music. And that character's was Bubbles, psychopath. That was my laugh, even through the thunder. And then I played guitar in West Side Story as a gang member. But before then, just doing some club work with some drag queens, doing the male lead and lip syncing. And for me, acting has always been what I was told I should do by everyone else, but my report card said class clown. That didn't go over very well, but I'm just honored that now that I lived here in the land of enchantment for 2 years, the enchantment has taken over, and I'm enjoying the ride.
So tell me, how many cast members do you have in this show?
38.
38. What is it like managing, just directing a cast that large?
It's great, actually. We have a really good cast. We have a really good crew. They help support us, and I'd say for the most part, everyone stays in line for the most part. You know, with that many people, we get distracted, and we have a lot of fun and everything. But it's everyone's working hard. Everyone's working towards a common goal. We know what we're working towards. Miss Annette from African American Performing Arts Center, which is where we're performing at, allowed us to come in for a special rehearsal on Tuesday, which really helped the process to know where we're spacing and to just keep everyone focused and, again, to work towards that common goal. So I think for the most part, we've been in good shape.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Shrek, as you know, isn't just a story that takes place in the swamp, where we're kind of sitting right now.
It has many locations, and so with a cast of 38, with the exception of these three lovely people and the gentleman who plays Lord Farquaad, because he is this tall in the show.
I'm not going to tell you how. You're going to have to come see.
Like, can we tell her how tall he is in real life? Like,
Oh, yes. I mean, Ryan's what, like 5'10", 5'11",
yeah,
somewhere in there.
Like 6
Wow.
yeah.
6 foot. He's a giant among men and dentists. He's a dentist in town, but he's this tall. So, with the exception of those 4 folks, everybody's playing anywhere from 2 to 6, I think, characters each.
Yeah.
Because there's so many locations and so many scenes that just have different themes and different action going on. So that's, you know, fun. There's not really time to joke around because you're so busy getting to the next part. Other cool thing about our cast being so big, we actually have 8 different households represented amongst the cast.
So whether it be husband and wife like us, we have parents and 2 kids. We've got Lord Farquaad has his 2 daughters in the show with him.
So there's 8 different families that are represented.
Wow.
Some configuration. Yeah.
It's
Which
a
is
real
really
family
fantastic.
affair with this
It
show.
really is.
Absolutely.
It's a family
It's
show.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we try to keep that atmosphere, and if your family's not here, we make you a part of our family. So, you know.
So when it comes to the music,
I'll
what would
try.
you say are the standout songs that we're going to hear during that time?
I think I referenced it a little bit earlier. Who I'd Be at the end of Act 1 is awesome, and at the very end of it, the 3 of them have a chance to sing together. We have a great lighting designer who's going to make that really pop right behind them, so we're excited about that.
What's Up Duloc?
What's Up Duloc is
Yeah.
awesome.
It's the first time we meet Lord Farquaad, and that's a big musical number with lots of dancers and fun. It's funny. It's a funny song. Oh yeah, and the Morning Person, which is this lovely lady's big solo, and she has a big tap number. So we've got hints of, you know, classic musicals up to
Modern
Yeah.
musicals, there's a little bit of everything.
And I think really, we talked a little earlier about Hasani's big number with the 3 Blind Mice. That's a great number as
it's
well.
fantastic.
So, I mean,
Circle.
there's just spots all throughout the show. It's just, you know, layering and topping the next thing from start to finish.
This show's like an onion.
I was
There's
gonna say,
layers.
it's like layers.
Or a parfait.
Layers.
They have layers.
One word, how would you describe Shrek?
Shrekky.
Zing!
Zing.
You know.
really making y'all think here.
You are.
I don't know, it's a hard question.
That's a hard
It
one.
really is.
Freaky.
No.
Well, there is a song called Freak
Freak flag.
Flag.
Well, yeah.
It's all about being yourself, letting your freak flag fly.
Being accepted, yeah. Accepting yourself, yeah.
Yes.
I think for me, and this is a big thing that, especially the two of us, kind of working around town and working in different states, I think we referenced it earlier, but family. Because we have, so obviously we have families in the show, but we've had a couple of challenges. Any show is going to, and we've worked through those challenges and we've gotten closer and closer every time. So I think we've really become our own family here.
Very good.
And it has been a big family.
I'm voting for family.
I was gonna say, I actually was thinking it's kind of like love, because you know
Yeah.
there's the love story, and then it's love yourself, and you're gonna love the show, and all of that. I tried to work everything in there. Thank you.
I was thinking like serendipitous.
Yeah.
Because you feel good. It's just, I don't know.
Even rehearsing, it's like you can have a really rough day, and then you're here for like 20 minutes, and you jump in, you get to work, and it's not work. I'm like, I feel fabulous. This is wonderful. Let's just keep going. So, yeah.
And how long will the show be running for?
So MTS has a relationship with, I believe it's Coles Cares and some other organizations around town. So there's a community service night on the 11th.
Of December.
December. So that's our preview. And then we'll open full on out to the public December 12th, and we'll run through December 28th. Fridays and Saturdays at 7:30, and then Sundays at 4 p.m. So, right next door, the African American Performing Arts Center.
We are looking forward to it. Thank you very much for meeting with us this evening, and we look forward to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here.